Hanover Crossing, previously the Hanover Mall, is a shopping mall in Hanover, Massachusetts that opened in 1971. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around to the very end of the videos. I'd like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for my latest mall video, defunct store, occasional throwback Thursday, or soda history. Leave a suggestion about a future video or memories of this mall. Thanks. Before the Hanover Mall was built, the area used to be a swamp and woodsy area owned by the Simmons family. The small town would grow in size as more people started to move into the area. Neighbors would watch the traffic wind its way slowly up from the Cape, bumper to bumper, right past their front doors. To eliminate this congestion came the Southeast Expressway. It brought people not just through Hanover, but they moved into Hanover. The growing town needed a place to shop, a supermarket, bank, department stores, and the kids needed a movie theater to keep them out of trouble. So the residents were told at the town meeting in 1969 to accept a change in zoning in the Rocky Swamp area, and so came the Hanover Mall. The Hanover Mall was built by the Campanelli Tedeschi Trust and opened in the late fall of 1970. Just in time for the holiday season, although some sources say they opened in 1971. Hanover Mall was a 732,000 square foot regional mall with exterior outparcels, which was located 20 miles southeast of Boston. The mall would be anchored by a Zayre's department store, an Almies department store, and a Woolworth. Other stores soon filled in around it. A 125,000 square foot Sears department store was announced that it would be moving into the mall. To make space for Sears, the town pushed back the nearby 3rd Herring Brook, which was part of the town line with Norwell. The mall continued to grow throughout the 1970s and 1980s. A 1977 advertisement in the Patriot Ledger boasted one-stop shopping at the mall, which offered 95 fine stores. There was a popular bar in the back of the mall that changed names several times, once to Pub 67 in honor of the late Patriots lineman and dentist Bill Linkadis. In the early 1980s, Jordan Marsh opened a location at the mall. In 1987, Almies closed, and its space was filled by Filene's. In 1988, MTV visited the mall, and videos on YouTube show them interviewing teenagers at the mall. In 1989, Zayre's closed. It reopened as Ames after the chains merged. Filene's would expand around this time as well. Stores you may have remembered were Spencer's, Bath & Body Works, Bow & Bells, Auntie Anne's, Radio Shack, American Eagle Outfitters, Beautiful Nail Salon, Calendar Club, Charlotte Russe, The Children's Place, Claire's, Deb's Shop, Famous Footwear, Fancy Nails, Fanny Farmer, Finish Line, Foot Locker, FYE, Foxmore, Kinney Shoes, GameStop, GNC, Goods For You, Hallmark, Hot Topic, Journeys, Justice, Kay's Jeweler, Lids, Limited, Lords and Lady Hair Salon, Master Cuts, Men's Warehouse, Nasser Jewelers, The Novel Tea Shop, Office Max, Big Top Playland, Picture People, Payless Shoes, Tom McCann, Oriental Wonders, Panera Bread, Outback Steakhouse, Orange Julius, Dairy Queen, Phantom Gourmet, Hickory Farms, Subway, Sweet and Fun, Uno Chicago Grill, Moe's Southwest Grill, McDonald's, Cuppy's Coffee, Dunkin' Donuts, Hokkaido, and Friendly's Restaurant. In 1993, the Hanover Mall was sold to TA Associates Realty for $38 million, which kicked off several decades of change on the property. In 1996, Jordan Marsh closed. Shortly afterwards, it became a Macy's, but then that was closed and the building torn down to become a new wing of the mall. Woolworth would close as well. In 1999, the new owners brought in a 62,000 square foot JCPenney and undertook a complete refurbishment, adding a food court and removing the mall's central fountain. In 2002, Ames closed. The space became a Walmart in the fall of 2004. The mall continued to expand into the early 2000s as more stores opened in the nearby freestanding buildings, such as the Patriot Cinemas and Trader Joe's. The mall was sold in 2003 to Gregory Greenfield and Associates for $68 million, and then again 4 years later to Walton Street Capital for its highest ever value of $99 million. In 2006, Filene's closed their store and reopened as Macy's after its parent company, Federated Department Stores, dissolved the Filene's brand and converted many of the stores to the Macy's name. Old Navy replaced the food court, which had not seen enough business to remain. Then the Great Recession hit and some stores became vacant as tenants didn't renew their leases. It was sold as a foreclosure auction in 2010 for $37 million and spent the next 6 years under bank ownership, during which it signed only 2 new leases. In January of 2015, JCPenney closed. Later that fall, both Sears and Walmart announced that they would be closing soon. Macy's would be the only one that planned to stay open. The Hanover Mall, for example, faced increasing competition from South Shore Plaza in Braintree, which added a second level in the mid-1990s. Plenty of larger malls around the country are doing gangbuster business, a spokesman said, but it's become survival of the fittest here. In 2016, the bank put the Hanover Mall property back on the market, and in October of that year, it was purchased by Pico Real Estate Partners for $40 million. The company, also known as PREP, got a tax exemption agreement from the town in June of 2017, which greenlighted the construction of the Hanover Crossing. In 2017, after being vacant for nearly 2 years, the defunct JCPenney store was converted into the Hanover Mall Event Center, which would be the venue for the South Coast Comic-Con fan convention. On October 25, 2019, Walmart closed. On December 15th of that same year, Sears closed their store, as well as Old Navy, which left Macy's as the only anchor left. It was announced, with the exception of Macy's, the entire mall would be demolished starting in the spring of 2020 to make way for 9 new buildings situated around parking lots and a common grass area. The new development would have about 600,000 square feet of retail, some 200,000 square feet less than the current structure. It was expected to be finished in 2021. The indoor single-level Hanover Mall would close its doors in 2020. The newly renamed and rebuilt Hanover Crossing was converted into an outdoor lifestyle center and opened in 2022, and anchored by the existing Macy's, and was also anchored by an 80,000 square foot Market Basket grocery store, as well as an entertainment complex that would include a 10-theater showcase cinema location and a 10-pin eatery, which will have food, bowling, and an arcade. A restaurant called Barstow Tavern has also been confirmed for the site as well. It was named after William Barstow, and known as the first non-Indigenous settler of what is now the town of Hanover. Most of the freestanding businesses around the mall, such as Dick's Sporting Goods, Office Max, and Petco, would not be changed, and we're doing well financially. Today, the 732,000 square foot outdoor lifestyle center is anchored by Macy's, Dick's Sporting Goods, Trader Joe's, and a Market Basket. It has over 30 stores and services. Congratulations! You made it this far into the video.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hotshot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed or changed their names at this mall? So if your answer is 10, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what do you remember about this mall? Leave a comment or some more details that I may have missed, or maybe even a suggestion for a future mall video you would like to see. Don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe to Eric C. Productions. Thanks for watching.